Hi, how are you? This is a New Year's edition of Simply Stated after the most wonderful time of the year is over, right? Or is it? January in the U.S. tends to present itself as a time when people rest, rejuvenate, let their stomachs, sinuses, whatever, recover from the rush and partying and natural stress of the holidays in the U.S. But it's also a time of year to look forward to new things. I used to focus on it a lot as a holiday when I would work on rejuvenating myself or getting over whatever had gone on for me health wise as a result of the holidays. Whether it was an illness, detoxing, getting on better food, whatever. I do remember many years in the DC area, metropolitan DC area, the capital of the US, trying to fight it out at gyms and working out to get into the New Year routine, right? New Year, New You routine that actually led me to eventually start avoiding the gym more in January because of the craziness of it. Because sooner or later, all the so-called New Year, New You people go away. As far as trying to recommend an actual movie or play for this time of year, I don't really have one. The best pageant I ever knew of, actually, that I always look forward to this time of year. As some of you knew, I was the queen of the Mystic Crew for the New Orleans Mardi Gras Festival, Louisiana State Festival, in the DC area in 2020. I was the last queen named before the pandemic hit, so I actually reigned for 2 years. But what I learned is actually to begin to look forward to things like that. I love Mardi Gras. And I don't mean Mardi Gras with the beads and the naked women. I mean the actual Mardi Gras of Louisiana. Because it focused on the different parishes and the family life in Louisiana and the people and the communities and service and business and commerce. And the celebration of it begins later in this month, January. Most years. The point is it's a celebration of a community that for a lot of people actually happens nationally, even though it's Louisiana focused. I also especially love it because it has absolutely nothing to do with Russia, the Russian mafia, the people tied to it, the Armenians, the Iranians, those communities in the U.S. that actually support the Russian mafia here. And we're so much of a problem in what is known as Hollywood that I like to call Hollywood, which is slowly dying in the U.S. today. By the way, Margot Robbie, who's supposed to be a big film star, has been at C.A.A. has now announced that she would no longer be playing Harley Quinn in the DCU series, or saying she wants to hand the part off to someone else. Truth about that, she's been asked to leave the part. She's clearly somebody that's been tied to the Russian mafia and tied to the other agency that I named, and is not actually really a part of C.A.A. So that's just a fun tip for you. If you're wondering why things are falling apart, with C.A.A. being acquired by the French family, you're going to have to research that yourself. I went through this no thought project, just so you know. The reality is there's going to be some shakeups. But the industry itself is also just clearly dying, and so is the old Hollywood agency system, thanks to an influx of Russian mafia and crime. Point being, New Year, New You, new Harley Quinn. Maybe not at all. It doesn't really matter. Since Americans don't even really care about Hollywood anymore. And who would? Have a good one. And this has been Simply Stated, episode 2, January 2024.